Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a tour of my studio. I've never done this before, and so bear with me. I'm not even sure if this is working, but I thought it's as good a time as any because I've just tidied my studio, which is very unusual. But yeah, why don't you come with me and I'll show you around. Okay, so first, have a nice door, because my studio is upstairs. Okay, so this is my studio. Well, it's up there. And this here is Biggles. Oh, might as well start here. Okay, I've got some artwork on the walls. This picture here is a Carson Ellis print, signed. So I like pictures on the walls just to remind me of the stuff I really like, just the things that inspire me, that I just really, things that really motivate me, I suppose. So here's a John Clason print, and as you can see, it's even signed to me, which is nice. And this one here is by Isabel Arsenault here, which I think is really nice, on the lighthouse. And that one there is mine, from Herman and Rosie. And over here, one of my favourite artists, who happens to be a good friend, called Serge Bloch, and he signed this one as well. Yeah, but I love this. He's really good with collage and line work, just really minimalistic, really sort of naive. I love it. Another one of my favourite artists is just this guy here, Lee Hobbs. And this is from Mr. Chicken Goes to Paris, which is one of my favourite books. Look at Mr. Chicken up there on top when his sun is on, looking really cool. Anyway, I love it. Really, really nice. Down here, I have, oh, it's a bit hard to see, an Oliver Jeffers print from Lost and Found. And then lastly, up here, I have a Sean Tan print on the wall. I really like this because I've got this, he's got this guy here who's kind of watering his garden. He's sort of looking across at this floating boat above the street with what looks to be a duck and a cloud floating above it. So just a really emotive piece. Anyway, let's keep going, shall we? We're nearly there. Okay. So, dun 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 da. So this is my studio, and it's definitely the best studio I've ever had, for sure. It's probably the biggest studio I've had too. So, but it's got really cool lines. I just really like the roof, especially beautiful sort of lines that come up and meet in the middle there. So yeah, it's a really cool space. There's lots of different areas that I use for different things, which I'll tell you about in a minute. See the stairs come up through the middle. And over there is a daybed, which I don't spend enough time on. I really should. And maybe we'll start over here. Okay, so yeah, I should look out the window more often because it's a pretty good view. But yes, this is a nice daybed. Sometimes I'll lie here if I don't know what to do. I'm a bit at a loss for an idea or a story. But it's a good place just to hang. It's kind of just good to know it's there, I suppose. And this here is my writing desk. This is where I pretend to write. Well, I do my best anyway. So I try and come over here and get away from the screen of the computer and write at this little desk here. And above it is a painting by a Peruvian artist called Astayuri. And it's really nice. I just like this naive bird, how it goes all out the back with his long, skinny legs. I do like naive folk kind of art, or childlike art. Anyway, this is my writing desk. I have lots of lights. I'm a bit of a light nut. This is an American light. You can see it winds up and down, which is really cool. It's got this thing here. And over here I have another light. I have heaps of lights. Bit of a tragic. This is a bits and bobs light. I think this is a World War II stand and an old light fixture at the top. It's actually a surveyor's stand. And then they put a magnifying glass here as well, which is pretty cool. Anyway, what next? Oh yeah, so this cupboard here, this is where I keep probably the bulk of my art supplies. So starting up here, I've got paints, heaps of paints. A box of acrylic paints, gouache, different sorts of gouache, oil paints. What else? Sketchbooks, lots of sketchbooks to fill these things up. Paper and artwork from over the years, different things. Yeah, so let's have a peek, shall we? Here's one of my sketchbooks. Don't normally show my sketchbooks, but sketchbooks are kind of weird because it's kind of like a little peek into the mind of the illustrator. Yeah, you know, I'm always just drawing things just in hope that I'll come up with something interesting, something that perhaps might lead to a story and maybe even a book, who knows. But yeah, lots of different mediums, but they're lots of fun. It's just me exploring my brain, seeing what happens, seeing what arrives. You can see how my brain works. This is very strange, isn't it? Bicycles of the Wild, number 14, The Loner. Anyway. Yeah. Righto, onward we go. Righto, so, yeah, most of my art supplies are in here. I've got, like most artist stuff everywhere. Got lots of books, too many books probably. Over here, I've got heaps of picture books. I buy too many. I'm trying not to buy too many books, but I can't really help myself. Research books, all the cities I love, and various different things. Some of my books from over the years and the various different translations. Herman and Rosie and Somewhere Else and Last Peach and so on. This picture my son Harry did. Yeah. Anyway, lots of different things. But yes, I do buy a lot of picture books. After all, that's what I do. I am a bit of a connoisseur of picture books. There's my wife up there, hello. And some of my favourite artists. Oh yeah, okay, so here I've got lots of old books. These are really great because I use these in my artwork. Have lots of these books, which are kind of like old catalogues. Well, they are old catalogues. I suppose in many ways it's like the internet for shopping in the old days. If you wanted to buy a hat and you lived out of town or you couldn't get to the shops, you'd flick through this and or perhaps a pot or a piano or a bike or a gun or all sorts of things, dresses, and you write down the number on the order form and then send it off, and about a month later you get all your order back. But I really like them because they're beautiful little vintage engravings. And I use them in my artwork in interesting ways. In my collage, and sort of cut them out and plonk them on. But yeah, they're beautiful things. I like to reuse them, sort of give them an extra life. Because the vintage engravings are really, really nice. And these books are sort of over 100 years old. Yeah. What else? Here's an old American one. A Sears, Roebuck and Co. catalogue. I think this is from 1904, so it's pretty old. I really love them. They're beautiful things. I just sort of get them online, eBay or whatever. So I collect these old books, woodcuts and things like that, and I just love them. I just use them in my artwork in various different ways. Even old text. This book here is one of my favourite books up here. This is a really nice old book. Siegfried and the Twilight of the Gods. And this is the actual book that was illustrated by Arthur Rackham, one of my favourite artists. See these beautiful plates. He was an amazing artist. Anyway, it's very special, that book. Yeah, anyway, I could show you books for ages. And just some favourites and things. Righto, where to next? So this is at this desk here, this is where I do all the computer stuff that I do. I still hand draw and paint everything. And I scan it in here and then sort of put it all together like a sort of a unwieldy puzzle in Photoshop with many, many layers. Here's something I've just been working on here. Yeah, so this is where I try not to spend too much time because I love to hand draw and hand paint everything, of course. And I do that over here at this desk. So I try and spend as much time as possible over here because this is, there's no distractions over here from the screen. And this is where I can use my imagination, have a bit of fun. As you can see, I've got lots of art supplies here. Inks and crayons, pencils and brushes and charcoal, and I'm a mixed media guy, so I like to use a bit of everything to tell my stories. So I like to get messy as possible. Right. So here we go. So this is a picture of just painted a leaf there. I don't know, what have I got here? Yeah, just doodling away. And some watercolours and my painting plate. Yeah, but as I said, I try and spend most of my time over here and try and spend less time over there at the screen because the screen is a very big distraction, as everybody knows. Okay.